Yahweh speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. Then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their destruction.
Yeah, it goes back to what I say, on the bed, in your bed. That's a lot of times when the Most High speak to you. Yeah, man, all praises. And that he sealed things. And we got to see and know his voice. That's why he said, my sheep know my voice. So verse 27 of 1 Kings 3 says, then the king answered and said, give her the living child. So he told one of the women, he made the decision, said, well, just give the living child to this woman. And in no wise slay it, Salaki. This was the woman that said that. Let me go back up to verse 23. Then said the king, the one saith, this is my son that liveth, and thy son is dead. And the other say, nay, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living. Now, the one that's dead is your son, you know. And they two harlots. 24. And the king said, bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. So look, Solomon was wise. He said, bring a sword. We're going to figure this out. 25. And the king said, divide the living child in two and give half to the one and half to the other. Now, him knowing all, this is the aspect of being wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. Don't it remind you even the binding of Isaac and the sacrifice? Just to see. Solomon had that same wisdom because it came from the Most High. It was the same thing. The same kind of thing. He wasn't going to kill her, actually have him sacrifice his son. But he was to see. That's why a lot of times, man, it's in our near-death experiences that a lot of stuff, the best things are birthed. When that pressure is applied, that's a lot of times when the best comes out.
Right.
All right. And the king said, divide the living child in two and give half to the one and half to the other. Verse 26, then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. And she said, oh, my power, or had a wand, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, I can imagine too, she probably had the twisty neck. Oh, heavy head woman. Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divided. You know it was that. You know it was the heavy neck woman, man. You know it was. 27. Then the king answered and said, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. So he knew. Right. He knew. And we need to have that discernment when dealing with people. Right. That's why you got to label with people. You got to know that, especially if you call yourself a king, a priest, an elder, a servant. Either one, you need to have that. 28. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king. People, when you have discernment, some people don't want to be around you. Don't take it as an insult a lot of times. A lot of people don't want to be around you if you have discernment. That's why, again, the two witnesses are going to be Yahweh, YHWH. That's all the witnesses we need. But the Most High is still in the business of speaking to certain men and women. You still got prophets out here. You still got prophets out here. That spirit is still out here. You got priests out here. You still got elders. You got kings. That spirit, because it's the spirit coming from the Most High. But when you think you're a king of your own, now you're not a king at all. Right. That's the Most High spirit that makes you a king. That's his spirit.
Yeah, just to go on what you're saying, just to add on to the story, you can do that with your kids. Call your kids in the room and ask them a question and look them right in their eyes. Okay? Hey, look me in my eyes and speak to me and tell me the truth. A lot of times when they're lying, they ain't gonna look at you. They're gonna look the other way. You can ask them a question. You can do that with your woman too. You're looking in her eyes. A lot of times you ask them a question, because the Most High said the eyes are the mirrors and the windows to the soul. So you look at somebody in their face, you can tell the eyebrows go up this way, you're looking up this way. Your kid may say, my son Josh would do it all the time. I asked him about a month ago, I said, Josh, come here, man. He said, I'm busy right now. I said, man, look. That's funny to you, aren't you? So so I called him back in. I called him back and said, hey, Josh, let me ask you a question. Looking up at the ceiling, I said, Answer me, man. Let me ask you a question. You couldn't answer the question, man. You couldn't answer the question. Man, you lying, man. You can't make this up, man.
Right.
Try to look your kids in the eyes, man. 9 times out of 10, if they lying, they're gonna shift their eyes this way, up. You know, they ain't gonna tell you the truth, man. You know, brothers do that too.
That's right.
Sometimes you look brothers in the eyes, man. They looking this way, fixing food, shuffling around, man. Hey, brother, let me talk to you for a minute. Shuffling, I gotta go.
That's right. All praise. You need that. But that wisdom is going to come from above.
Right.
All right. So we see the character, and we know that Solomon later he went off. But we need to learn, like the scriptures are for our learning, that the Most High was with him, and the Most High showed the people in the same way that he showed the people concerning Moses. It was not of themselves.
Right.
Moses didn't have to do this
Right.
to get people to see who he was. We don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Solomon didn't have to do that.
Right.
All was necessary was to love. What type of character was Moses? He was meek.
Right. Yep.
You see, the humility comes before the authority.
Come.
But we want the seat of authority without the humility. You will never get it. It's like building a tower, a Babel, building a tower unto the heavens. You'll never get there. All right. So I'm going to end with that. You know, we got a little time. Anybody got any questions, comments they want to bring out? Anything concerning what we just talked about? We're free to do so. So with that, I'm going to say shalom. Let's put our hands together for the Most High power. We're going to turn to the east. Don't forget to make sure that y'all give your alms, because alms does what? It covers a multitude of sins. Make sure that you don't forget that. And that's not just money. That's not just money. That's righteousness. You know, because it's his righteousness. We got to give that back to the Most High. All praises. So let's face the city of Yachanon. You know, we got some things to discuss afterwards with trips coming up. All praises. So, Hallelujah, hallelujah. We say, call hallelujah, Yahweh, Hashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Let me get this real quick. All praises to the Yahweh. Here we go. All praises. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Hahawa'ah. Natananawa. Award. Hashabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're going to sing it this time. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kwadashaya. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakwika. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Haya. Asha. Ba'arataza. Kawa. Haya. Bashamayim. Latananawa. Lacham. Ka. Yawam. Wasalak nawa. Kawawak nawa. Kasalak nawa. Kawawak yanawa. Wala'ah. Tabayanawa. Banasayawan. Abo. Awashanawa. Man. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wataparel. La Walamyan. Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Elohim, Yahweh, Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Elohim, Yahweh, Shema, Yasharala, Yahweh, Elohim, Israel, Yahweh power, Yahweh is one. Kwam Yashala. Kwam Yashala. Kwam Yashala. Kwam Yashala. Kwam Yashala.